Gives me great pleasure to welcome Tom Cousins on commentary with me. Good evening, Tom.
How are you, Nick? All right?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm really looking forward to this game. I mean, there's an obvious favourite in this in terms of Chris. Everyone sort of looks at this game and thinks that Chris is a big favourite, but Jimmy's a dangerous player as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Jimmy had a couple of good results, I think, on the last event as well. So, must be playing well, and this should be a cracking game.
Yeah, it should be fireworks. A little bit of a contrast in styles. Jimmy's probably just slightly more of a measured player. Chris is he's been all over the world recently. I saw his itinerary, and he's been in America. He's been over in China.
Yeah, he was just telling me out there before I come in. He's doing exhibitions all this week, I think, and been in Ireland for exhibitions, and the Philippines. So
what a life, Tom! What a life!
Yeah,
the life of a pool player.
Yeah.
do you get all of that?
It's all right if you ain't got kids, but
exactly.
I've got 2 kids, so I try and stay in England.
So Jimmy Carney with the first option. He's taken reds, and that was a good tester. Got a few problems here though. Tommy's got that red just above the yellow, the 2 yellows on the left-hand side, which he's looking now. There's no way to move that, so he's going to have to land on the double.
Well, I mean, I think if he wants to, he might be straight enough to screw into it now. But yeah, as you say, he's looking at the double. I'd probably leave that till last if you can, but just because you're not guaranteed to be on the red. He's gone a bit far.
So many players have been caught out with the pace on this table. You were saying just before we came on comms that the table takes some getting used to.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think it's a new cloth, and obviously these cloths anyway are a lot faster than what you play on in the club. I've been putting the hours in recently, and coming to this table, it's again completely different. So
that was lightning fast. He's picked out a double.
I think he might be a treble here, Nick.
He's just misjudged that one, and Chris is in with a chance. He's similarly got a problem with the 2 yellows on the left-hand cushion. He's going to have to try and develop those, Tom, but they're not the easiest balls to try and get open, are they? No,
well, I think if he rolls this yellow in the middle, he might be able to leave himself a perfect angle, but I may be tempted just to lay up, put him in a nice snooker here.
Yeah.
But Chris probably won't be playing that. He'll probably go for it.
I think that was his first instinct. He was looking to see whether there was a safety there, and I think he's going to play it now.
Yeah.
Just going to pull stumps and.
Yeah, that's definitely the right shot for me.
Yeah, nice. Good containing shot. And now the great thing is those yellows go.
Yeah.
So Jimmy.
What are you doing here, Nick? You just giving it a slap?
I don't think there's any option but to.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to have to try and double this. That's what he's looking at, but.
Yeah, look at that straighten up. That's the other thing out there.
Didn't it ever? And now Chris with a ball in hand, he can just place it anywhere on the table, and this really should be a fairly straightforward clearance.
Yeah, not ideal for Jimmy. Playing somebody like Chris, you need to get off to a good start. And
I don't see any problems here. This should be 1-0. Just got such a lovely fluid action around the table, quick and great control of the cue ball.
It's unbelievable, Nick, as well, the way Chris can play Chinese 8-ball and then come and play this game, because I went to China once and I came back and I couldn't put a ball for 3 days, or couldn't play positional shot, just because the cues are so much bigger that you need to use, and fair play to him. I honestly don't know how he does it. No.
Just 1,000 points between Tom and Stevie, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think it probably be a little bit more than that. I haven't looked.
A little bit more now, because he's just lost to Josh Kane.
Yeah.
So you're obviously happy about that.
Thing is, it's if you're number one, it's good to say you're number one, I guess.
Yeah,
but the way the draws work, it doesn't really matter if you're number 1 or 2. But it just depends how much you want to be classed as the number one. So
I think it comes with. I think you're underselling it there, Tommy. You're underselling your season. You've had an amazing season, and to finish number one in this field, I think is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chris would have to win both events to finish number one. But
yes, yeah,
if me or Stevie are number one and number two, then it's fair play to Stevie for the year he's had as well. So you can't moan.
Just ran out of position there. He was looking to play. He was having to reroute under the top of the table.
Yeah, if that yellow sneaks past the red on the black spot, it's a great chance. I think it might, but
I think it does too, yeah.
Just have to screw this back a couple of inches.
Christophe Lambert is watching on. His earphones in, listening to maybe a bit of French music in the background there, and enjoying the game.
It's a fiddly one. He's just got. Oh, he's played that nice, to be fair.
Yeah.
That yellow didn't look like it goes though, Nick. But it did look tight, but the way he's going about the finish, I
think it must.
Pretty sure it must.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd be leaving it to the last ball to knock out, so just screw on off the side rail here.
Yeah, just again come up a little bit short. Probably wanted to come out another 3 or 4 inches. Just a bit of trepidation in his back arm there at the moment. It looks just a bit sticky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Not quite getting through the ball yet.
I think he might have to swing it around 2 rails here if the middle bag's in the way. Oh, he's playing this one now.
Go long.
Nice. Flies by.
It's okay. He's gonna. He's got space to play into. Shouldn't be a problem. There's a fair bit of traffic in the way, and he just needs to get the pace just right. It's an easy one to overhit, but he should be fine here.
Can either swing it off 2 or just screw straight back past the black, but he's swinging it off 2.
Coming around 2, and it looks okay. Yeah, it's good.
He'll take that, Nick.
Absolutely.
Screw on off the side rail.
His hand on the table as well. He's not hampered. He can let his cue flow on this one. A little bit stabby.
Yeah, that was a bit stabby there, Nick.
Wasn't it
cue comes straight, and he's. I mean, I fully expect him to get it, but he's slightly awkward by the red. But Jimmy's a great potter. I don't think he'll be worried about this. Nice.
He had a bit of fortune there, but I think he's going to chalk that one off. It's a nice break from Jimmy. Good solid contact, and cue ball coming straight back up the middle of the table.
Perfect break.
Very nice. Makes a ball. And actually, it's a pretty open table. There's just a couple of little problems. The little cluster with the red and yellow just either side of the 8 ball. What are you choosing here, Tom? Is it reds?
Great break, but he has got plenty of work to do, to be honest. I mean,
I just wonder if that red on top of the 8 ball goes into the left centre. If it does, he may be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it for me. But
he's going to go yellow. He's going to develop this one immediately,
and he's going to play the yellow next to the right middle pocket off the red down the rail to free the other yellow. So yeah, it's not an easy shot.
He saw this straight away though, didn't he?
Yeah, he can just play this with a bit of topspin, clear the 2 down the bottom. But even the yellow next to the middle, he's got to get straight on that to then play the yellow down the rail and get across. But
you judged that well. Yeah, you're absolutely, you've nailed it there. It's the transition from his last ball, which has to be one of these 2 on the left hand side, to get across for the one that's below the 8.
He could do with being on the top rail here, so he can just play a sort of natural yellow to then come near the red. But I mean, that should be all right. Just anywhere near the red. Probably playing this with a load of left-hand spin, come off the side rail and back out into the middle of the table. But that's the thing. Yeah, he's short there.
He's short. just a little bit of a problem. I mean, if he comes another few inches down the table, he's absolutely perfect. He can drop this in, but
that's why I mentioned about playing it with left-hand spin, just to sort of widen the angle, bit more room for error. Anything but short there, really, but.
Wow.
Yeah, he's played a nice shot there. He'll take that.
Yeah.
Just play it with a bit of right-hand side, just to straighten the cue ball up and come straight across.
It's almost natural, isn't it? It's, just focus on the pot. That's very nice.
And that's the thing when you're playing such a player like Chris, you have to take your chances, otherwise you're just 3-4-0 down and then the pressure straight on. But this has been a nice finish from Jimmy. Oh, say that. Sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, you owe him a drink after this, Tom.
I didn't see that one coming.
You need to take full responsibility for that. I mean, what's happened there? It's literally just pushed it to the cushion. I mean, it didn't look like there was a kick or anything. He was queuing down on it just slightly because he needed to get back up for the 8 ball. But
I think maybe he was just trying to pinch a pocket a little bit to have an easier black. But there's no point being straight on the black if you miss the yellow.
And Chris Melling will gobble these up.
And that's the thing with Chris playing exhibitions. I think he's done a few this week in Ireland. That'd have been good practice for him for the tour coming back from China. So he should be in full flow this weekend.
It's just effortless, isn't it? It really is just effortless. Joy to watch. So Chris Melling breaks in frame number 4, and that one is going to be dry. It seemed that the cue ball jumped up in the air, and you didn't get that explosion through the pack, did you?
Yeah, I had that earlier as well, Nick. My white kept jumping. I don't know if it was that if there's. I always break from. Well, I try and break from the same spot, and then on my table at the club, I have to keep moving the white because I create a divot. So that's why the white ball jumps. I don't know if there's any divots out there, but I think that's why it pops up. But yeah, as you say, it takes some of the pace out the cue ball.
Yeah. He actually has that in his arsenal, that he plays that as a break sometimes, and you just see the cue ball jump 4 foot in the air when he puts some real power in it. But he definitely wouldn't have been intending to do it there.
Looking at a time foul,
We're just going to check that. I think we'll probably see the referee pop in and take a look at that one. Yeah, indeed he has.
Looked alright to me.
He got at it quickly.
He did, didn't he?
So, big moment.
We can't see it on our screen, can we?
No, it's a big moment for Jimmy Carney. In the context of the game, 2-1 behind. He ideally wants this one.
Looking over at that camera, Nick, it looks very close.
I think, the referee's already made the call. And he's gone back in to announce it's not a foul.
All good.
So Jimmy will continue. And as I say, that was a big moment. I know it's early doors, but if he doesn't get the time foul there, he's a huge favourite to lose this frame. Ooh. And you just wonder if that just took his concentration slightly.
Yeah, he's not happy there about something.
But you can kind of understand why, because it's just taken his momentum away and just taken his focus away slightly.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you do? You've got to do that, haven't you? I guess it's not ideal, but
I guess the only saving grace is that he's got a ball over the pocket. Normally, not much of a friend having a ball over the pocket in these rules, but there's not that many reds around to play some kind of loss of turn shot, so Chris may have to think about what he's going to do with that. I mean, he can land on it for short position, but the trouble is all the reds at the top of the table, there's no natural balls to be able to get back down.
Yeah, there's not, and that yellow on the bulk, that yellow next to the red by the centre of the table, if that wasn't there, you could have used that as a second last ball, but obviously garnering off, and that's the end of it.
Well, you can only put that one down to an error, Tom. That's just that little flick on the yellow has cost him.
I don't know if he was trying to get a full ball contact on that to play the other red on the bulk line or not, but
I don't think he was. I think he was trying to go past it. And,
to the top rail?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because then he needs to kind of transition back down the table. So I think he needed to leave the one on the bulk line, but ultimately,
I was only saying that because the ball that's closest to the on the top rail, he could have used that maybe as a natural angle to come down.
Yep. Jimmy will have been very happy to see that ball, that cue ball, go into the pocket.
I'm not going to jinx Jimmy again.
Again, it's I mean, he doesn't need to do anything clever here. He can the yellow passes to. He's going to play it as a plant. I was going to say the yellow does pass to left centre, so he could have dropped this one in.
Yeah,
and then left that to left middle.
I think that was probably the right way in it, because
I prefer it personally.
He'd want to roll this, but if he rolls it, the red could come into play. So he's over. He's played a good shot there, but it was one of them awkward decel moments that could have happened. But he's played it well.
Yeah, I'm surprised he went across for the plant, but everyone sees it differently, and ultimately there are no pictures on the scorecard. It's a frame to Jimmy Carney, and it's honours even 4 frames played. So I think I probably should go across to that one. Should be a great game.
Yeah. Who won that? Ian, didn't he?
Ian, yeah. Nice break and nice contact again from Jimmy Carney.
He's getting that right straight back down. Fair play to him.
Yeah. And a nice power through the pack. Really timed it well. You just get that really good explosion. There's only a couple of balls left in that area. Everything else got moving. You give yourself the best chance to pot a ball.
Yeah, he's hitting them hard, but not everything. And I think that's sort of the best pace for this table.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed Shane Thompson earlier when he was playing, he was probably about 70%.
Yeah.
I think a lot of players are around 70 to 80%.
Yeah.
Just looking at that red to top right, it's obviously guarded by the 2 yellows, so he just needs to think about the order he takes this in.
He'll want to get rid of that next ball, I think, Nick.
Yeah.
Put one in the middle and then try and get on that straight away.
It's his only problem ball, really. I mean, it's near the pocket, but it's a problem because of the 2 yellows.
It might be best playing the long red now, up into the bottom right as we look, and then play the red on the blue spot of a snooker table, and then you can get rid of that red, but just whichever way he sees it.
It's going to come down now. So he's just looking at the position he wants to be in. I mean, it's near impossible to get back out, so you're going to have to play a cannon to one of those yellows and hope, then you bring into play the black, and you're going to be hampered behind the 8 ball. So
I think I'd have liked to have left that red there just for a bit of insurance. I mean,
he's left it thin, so he may just be able to glance off that yellow.
I don't think he's going to play it now, Nick. I think he's going to he's not going to play that red now. I think he's going to play the.
Do you think he leaves it to last to get onto the 8?
I think he's going to try and screw back about a foot here and then get on it, and he can just nip it in with a bit of right hand side, but he's come short.
Yeah, that's no man's land, really. I mean, he's got the wrong angle on the red to middle. I mean,
yeah,
I was thinking when I said that, I was thinking it's not a bad ball to leave till last because you can cannon into the yellow. As long as you move the yellow, then you're.
Oh, he's played that well.
Yeah. So if as long as you cannon the yellow kind of a gentle half ball, you're guaranteed to be on the 8 in the middle.
Yeah, but I think he's going to play this with a load of right-hand side just to try and avoid the yellows. He just clipped it, but he's fine.
Nice. Very nice. Didn't realise he could check out of that area, but that was a well-constructed clearance. I don't think it was quite his A plan. He probably had to reroute a couple of times there, but it's still.
It was definitely not his beginning route, but yeah.
I mean, in terms of getting the balls touching.
Yeah. Yeah, I got sent one a couple of weeks ago, and it's brilliant.
Well, he got lucky, unlucky there, because the cue ball. Look at this cue ball; it's tracking straight towards the middle pocket, right there, and the red gets in the way, and it pushes it up towards that top pocket and goes in.
Yeah, that's very unlucky.
Very unlucky. So,
and look at these yellows.
Another great chance for Jimmy Carney.
If the yellow goes past the red into the bottom left-hand corner, these are definitely gone. If it doesn't, he's got to play a decent positional shot, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Doesn't look like it goes, so probably have to get rid of the yellow near the pocket first. What's he done there?
Yeah, definitely not planned.
Should still be alright. He's got to play a fairly decent positional shot here. I think he wants to get on put the yellow over the hole and get on the one closest to the red at the bottom of the table. That's a nice shot.
Yeah,
that's a very good shot actually. Yeah. He may even be able to play the one into the top right as we look.
He just kept it simple, didn't he? Didn't try and do too much. Knew he could pot it if.
He's played into a lovely area there. If he wasn't on one, he should be on the other. So yeah, that was a nice shot. Yeah, he's just going to play this one at the top and just leave a natural angle to stun down.
I think it's the right ball to play as well, isn't it? Because it doesn't go into left centre. It doesn't go to top left. So get it off the table now.
Yeah,
and it should be fairly plain sailing now. It's got a lovely angle just to drift down table.
Nice. Loose positional shot and the clearance, but apart from that, very nice.
Just keep taking the clearances. I mean, he's had to reroute a few times through his clearances. It's not been a A1 performance from him, but he's navigated his way through the
break
frames.
Again, straight down the middle.
Breaking really well. And that looked even less than sort of 70%. That was really just taking everything off of that.
You can't get the white much better than that.
Nope.
Just depends how brave he wants to be. I think if he's going to go yellows, he might want to play the. Oh no, yeah, I was just going to say play the yellow down the rail now, but he can pop this easier yellow to make sure he's on yellows and just nudge the yellow over the middle, and then play the awkward yellow down the rail. Just a little nudge on this yellow now. I just missed it.
Is that Jimmy's fourth break, and every time he's just nailed it?
Yeah. I think he might play the same shot again here. Nope, he's taking it on. I'd be tempted just to pop that easy yellow and just to trace the right hand side and try and nudge the yellow again, but he's confident down the rail. Nice shot.
You guys just play those shots down the rail so well. You really do. I saw Shane Thompson earlier. He played a couple of amazing shots, a full length of the rail, and they just hugged it all the way down.
I don't know about me, Nick.
you
I always like to sort of knock them off or play a double. I'm not too keen on playing them down the rails. That's what if I ever play a money match, I'll practice my doubles and trebles for half an hour. I ain't worried about potting. I'll just practice just to make sure they come off the cushion as I think they should, and I'm ready to go. I know it's not necessarily the right way, but yeah, as I say, I'd much rather play a double or a treble than queuing in down the rail.
Just look at the angle he wants to leave here, so he needs to leave it just high. So he can stun across or run through for the yellow in the same pocket as this ball's going in.
Yeah, anything but straight really on this yellow in the middle.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Just play a gentle little screw shot. Just drift the cue ball back over to the left-hand side. Doesn't need to do too much. Lovely angle to run the cue ball on and off the side cushion for a simple 8 ball in the left centre.
Nice.
This guy is flowing.
Yeah. I feel a bit sorry for Chris, just sat in his chair there. I don't think he's maybe one mistake, but I think Jimmy's done the last 4 for break, and then played Gary Clark in the last 16 of the. Oh, again, this is just unbelievable.
Again. I mean, I guess luckily for Chris, if you can say there's anything lucky about that, is that he's not had any kind of timing in that break, and there's still a fair cluster of balls.
Yeah, they just didn't split very well there, did he? I mean, I know he didn't hit it ideal, but I don't know if he's purposely playing it with that much topspin, or maybe just, I don't know, but
just not quite got the timing there at the moment, perhaps. I mean, having ball in hand here for Jimmy is a decent advantage, but he's still got that red tied up next to the 8 ball, so it's not. There's a little bit of work to be done.
I think he's just going to try and cannon the yellow here, Nick. Oh, he just missed it. If he'd just nudged that slightly, then they all go.
Yeah.
He can drop this drop the red in the middle, and then leave an angle on the red in the other middle, and just play the same sort of shot again.
Yeah.
I know he's got a red on the side rail, but I'd be doubling that. He might roll it down the rail.
It felt like he's just underhit that a fraction.
Yeah.
Surely he needed to be.
I think he's going to roll this in the middle, Nick, and leave an angle on the red down the rail, and then play the cannon. But
yeah, he saw it a different way. He's left a fairly. Well, it's not quite natural. He's going to have to play it with left-hand spin to spin into it. But
this is a difficult shot. This.
Yeah. He's left a big angle. He needs that cue ball to grip straight away.
Yeah. Any sort of cannon on the yellow here should be fine, but this isn't easy.
Could easily go wrong. Well, it has gone wrong. He's missed the ball. He got the cannon. Beautifully, but he missed the ball. And this has let Chris Melling back in.
Yeah, I just think he slightly went the wrong way there, leaving that way. I think he should have played the cannon off red in the middle, but each to their own.
Chris looks like he's almost potting these with disdain. It's just.
It looks like he's just given up, doesn't he? To be fair, but
he looks like he has, but I guarantee he definitely hasn't. I mean, he's still very much in this match. I mean, okay, he's cursing his luck from what he's seen so far, but goodness me,
this isn't ideal. Yeah, he's going to have to play the more tricky yellow now. Shot.
Just nails it.
Thing is, we can all do this in practice and play like you don't care, but he's doing it in a match here. It's just it's unbelievable, to be fair to him. I know it's not ideal. Well, some people might not say it's ideal, but obviously Chris is one of them. But we all play on the same table. That break again, though.
Again.
It's perfect.
Again. And success again.
Look at these yellows. I know that I'm not saying they're easy, but you take that 100 times out of 100, that split. But when you break like that, you deserve it, I think.
You've got to say hats off. Because, you know, it's not a fluke he's doing this. He's done it 5 times in a row now. It's just a fabulous break.
He's just getting one ball every time, though, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep. Just enough.
Yeah.
And that won't lighten Chris Melling's mood.
Just stand up to centre of the table here, give himself some options. He's played that nice.
Do you take the yellow? Well, I mean, he's got a choice of 4 here probably, but do you take the one near the blue spot?
I think so, Nick, and then he'd probably want to play the one that's just above it to the right, into the top pocket, and then he wants to get on the yellow that's
just below the bulk line.
The
one in bulk.
Yeah, maybe he's going to leave them 2 till last, but
yeah. You've seen it a different way. I mean, literally, there's probably 80 permutations of what you can play here. It's
I don't think it really matters what order he goes, to be honest. But
no, it's just personal preference. Whichever way he sees. I mean, that's not a great shot. I mean, he's still fine, but it's just he shouldn't be anywhere near that cushion.
No, yeah, I think he's probably going to have to come off the side rail here and just maybe nudge into the reds to leave himself the yellow in the middle, but. Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, he's in no man's. I mean, he's still got a shot, but suddenly what seemed like a fairly straightforward clearance. I mean, I was with you. If you take the one next to the, adjacent to what would be the blue spot, then you've got, top left, and then you work your way around the ones at the top of the table. And
this is a bit tricky now.
It is.
He might just be able to play it sort of dead weight and come off 2 rails and into the reds, but he's played it that way.
Again, he's still got a shot. It's not what he's played, but he's still got a shot.
Yeah.
Chris will be fuming. He'll sat there shaking his head for certain.
Yeah, he's just standing to the red, try and leave an angle, but he might just roll it through, actually. Nice pot.
Yeah, I think he's.
This is a bit filly though, because that middle jaw is going to be in the way, I think.
Yeah.
Unless he plays it with a load of left-hand side. Again, that makes the pot a lot harder.
Yeah, this is a bit ugly.
I think that's what I'd be playing. Top left and then try and leave a black into the centre, but. He's short. This is a massive pot.
Well,
these cushions were straightening up earlier, Nick, so this isn't easy.
Do you play this as a back double, or do you just double it? You try and double it into the corner?
I think you got to play it as a back double. Well, I would anyway.
Yeah.
He's got to be careful of the middle bag with the white. Oh, he's played that. Oh,
he's fine. That's going to hold up. Goodness
nice
me.
double. He has.
He's still controlled it. He has still controlled it. Well played to him. Because there's other days I would have seen him absolutely launch into those. And he's got a massive break as well.
Thinking, where was that 10 minutes ago?
Yeah. Look at that cue ball as well.
Yeah, that's a perfect break.
It just parks itself in the middle of the table. What a beautiful break that is. Absolute model of a break.
I think he's probably going to have to go yellows, but as I say that, he's queuing up the reds.
Yeah, he's looking at reds, but I mean
even with the yellow, the yellow next to the black doesn't go, I guess, so I think he's going to pop this on the bulk line, then the red in the middle, try and leave an angle on the other red in the middle to come down. I'm not too sure. It looks a little bit fiddly though. Like he might have to play a cannon on the red. off this.
Yeah.
Not this shot, the next one. But
yeah. I think he's okay. I think he can get through to the. Yeah, he can. He can play short side and just come below the 8. Yeah.
It's just got to be fiddly shot here. Just get a bit. Oh, it goes and past the yellow, does it? Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't think that went.
Just gave that a touch more focus than we were expecting. He just seemed to. Jimmy Carney needs one more big one. He's not going to find it here. He's not going to find it here. And this is how fickle the game is, because in reality, the next time he comes to the table, he could find himself locked up at 6 frames each.
Yeah, you can see he just come across the break there slightly. The white wasn't straight back.
A little bit of nerve in that one.
Yeah, maybe just because he's on the hill trying to give it that little bit extra.
Yeah.
But you know, the way Chris is playing, this is probably going to be 6-5. If Chris gets a ball on the break, 6-all, game on.
It's a really nice opening shot. Great pace.
I was just going to say that both the yellows go past the red, but obviously not, because he's looking at playing it in the middle.
That's not the cannon that he was looking for.
I don't think he expected it to throw as wide as that. That's what he's on about there.
I mean, he's still in the chair. He's still okay, but it's not the cannon he was after. And that ball's flown. Is he going to have to...
He's chasing a little bit.
Is he forced to play this as a plant now, Tom?
I don't think he will. I think he's going to try and leave an angle on the yellow in the middle. That looks perfect. He's just going to try and trickle just past the black, or even on the black, and he'll be fine.
Into that gap between 8 and yellow.
See that? That threw a bit wider than he thought as well. I think
it's landed. It's landed absolutely plumb, but it's definitely not the way he's not played to get that close for sure. Just needs to kill this.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
That's a top clearance. More of the same from his perspective. Oh, he just squirted off the front. It just.
Last.
Well, he put his hand up to apologise there, because that was dry. That was, for the world, it was dry. And look at this last little cannon.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see him apologise there.
Look at this. This yellow, just little cannon into the middle. Yeah.
I wouldn't be apologising if I got a last ball rolling.
No.
He's going yellows.
Wow. Some work to be done.
Yeah, just going to pop this yellow in the middle, and try and leave an angle on the other yellow into the same middle, and just play a gentle cannon on the yellow and red. It looks pretty good. Just play this a bit of left-hand spin so the white comes away from the rail.
He just doesn't want it to sit behind the red. That's it.
Yeah. Just caught it a little bit thick.
Just pushing that red over towards the yellow. He's fine for time. I mean, it's amazing that these guys have played 11 frames and we're not even in the 15-second shot clock yet.
That's what usually happens when Melling plays, isn't it?
Yeah. Amazing. It is an incredible pace.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think Jimmy just leave the white there. You know, in maybe some of the older rules, Chris would just roll the yellow over the pocket, but there's no value in that here whatsoever.
Can he just brush off the yellow and leave? I just wondered if he could just.
Did he say foul?
Was that a time foul?
No, I'm guessing not touch the rail, Nick.
Oh.
Looked like it hit, didn't it?
Surely hit the rail. That surely hit the rail. I mean, you saw it bounce off. Well, there's been a couple of couple of close calls in this one. I think he's fine. Referee's come for a look.
Do you reckon that's all right, Nick? It's hard to tell because of the shadow.
It feels like it rocks back, but does it rock back because it hits the cushion, or does it? I don't know. What has the ref said there? I'm not sure.
Foul.
It's called a foul. Goodness me. I mean, in the context, does that make a massive difference? Well, I guess it does.
Wow.
It's ball in hand, and he can go and attack that. Yeah, of course it does. But,
I mean, if I was Jimmy, I might be playing that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's playing the right shot. Actually, yeah. It's just I wouldn't like to leave that red near the middle bag, but yeah, he's played a great shot there.
So he's still. I mean, Chris's saving grace at the moment is that red on the left side cushion. But, we mentioned earlier how good these players are at potting those balls. He just needs to hold it together here. Oh, he's got a huge pocket at the bottom, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He can,
yeah, just sort of roll this in. He's got the red over the middle bag.
Yeah. The red near the middle pocket, he can take it long. This is one of those. I mean, if you get it close, you can't miss it.
Yeah, I actually think this is unmissable, Nick, to be honest.
I'd miss it, Tom.
I probably wouldn't.
I'm just going to put that out there. Well, I mean, the referee's made the call there for sure. I mean, my first instinct was that it had hit the cushion and rocked back.
Yeah.
But then when you look at it in slower motion, it almost felt like it didn't quite get there, and it was just a natural sort of
that's right.
movement of the ball.
Just leave an angle on this, natural angle for the red in the middle, and that's perfect. That's pretty much game over.
Wow, that was a huge moment. Absolutely huge moment.
Got to say, what a standard match this has been. Chris has been a bit unfortunate with his breaks.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you take those breaks out of it, Tom, then if he's potting off those breaks, then it could be a different complexion on the game. And hats off to him for staying in it.
Fair play to Jimmy, though. He's played brilliant.
He really has.
Fantastic match.
Yeah, what a great game of pool. Jimmy Carney beats Chris Melling 7 frames to 5. What a great game of pool.